Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. This is my eBay haul video for September 29th and 30th. On Friday I went to a rummage sale. It's a pretty tiny one. It's a very tiny little church. But I did manage to find some decent things there. It is a little overpriced compared to the other rummage sales I go to, but like I said, it was the only one going on and there weren't many yard sales. So that's what I chose to do Friday. And then on Saturday, I hit maybe 4 garage sales. Usually this time of the year is really busy. There just weren't very many near me on Saturday. So I'm hoping things are different this weekend. But let me jump right in and start showing you guys what I got. Actually, let me give you guys a little sales update first. I think I showed this. I bought this a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I bought this a couple weeks ago at a rummage sale and originally thought it was a puppet. This is a grumpy, it's actually a golf club cover. And it was brand new with the tags. I bought him for $1. And I sold him last night at auction for $39.99 with free first class shipping. So I was pretty happy about that. I was not thinking I was going to get $40 for this when I bought it. I thought maybe $20 at the most. So that was a very good sale. And then the charity sale that I went to, was it last weekend? Yeah. Yes, last weekend for diabetes, for juvenile diabetes. And I bought all the craft stuff that I showed you guys. There was a whole bunch of stamp sets and typecast typewriter ribbons from We Are Memory Keepers and a bunch of other stuff from that collection, and then a bunch of Heidi Swap items. I bought all the Heidi Swap items on Sunday when they had the $5 bag sale. So I think I ended up, when I averaged everything out, I paid 6 cents a piece for everything. And I've already listed all these items. There's all these little inserts that go into the light boxes. This wants to focus. There we go. But I've already, as of today, which is Wednesday, October 4th, I've sold, I think, 9 or 10 of these Heidi Swap items already. And I've got these long inserts too. I've sold 9 or 10 of them already and made, including fees and shipping, I made, I think, a little over $100 already. So if you take away the fees and the shipping, I still made a profit already after everything I bought at that sale, including what I got on Saturday, which cost me $40, and then these 2 bags of things on Sunday, which cost me $10. So not too shabby, considering I haven't even listed probably 3/4 of the stuff yet. And my phone kept going off on Sunday morning because there was one buyer in particular who was buying a whole bunch of the Heidi Swap items. And my husband's like, "What is going on?" And I'm showing him, because I had him sitting next to me, I'm showing him all the things that we're selling. And I said, "These were some of the things I bought at that big charity sale last weekend, all the craft stuff I kept bringing into the house." And he's like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, well, I guess I might have to admit it." He goes, maybe you know what you're doing." Oh, he was so lucky he was across the table from me. I was ready to get up and smack him in the head. Because now that he's doing eBay, and he's been doing it for, I don't know, like a month now, he thinks he's, like Mr. Expert about certain things. So now he likes to give me a hard time. Anyway, yesterday, what was it? Oh, I took the Sunday paper, and I do save the newspaper a lot of times, and I use it for packing material. Well, I knew I already had a stack downstairs, so I put the Sunday paper in the pile of stuff to recycle, which, there's like a corner of the counter that we put stuff on, and then as we go out into the garage, we'll pick whatever is there up and put it in the recycle bin. So he walks past that section of the counter, and he's like, "What are you doing? why is the newspaper here? I go, recycling it. He goes, oh, no, no, no. He goes, this is very good packing material. He goes, we have to save this. I'm thinking, oh, Lord, I've created a monster. He used to get on my case about me saving envelopes and all kinds of like grocery bags and newspaper for packing stuff, and now he's doing the exact same thing that I used to do, or that I still do, but now he's adding to the pile. Well, let me get started with showing you guys what I got on Friday. I was actually first in line, which was nice. Sat there reading my book, and no one made any comments about me sitting there reading a book, which was nice. So it opened at 9, and I went to, they have a treasure table. I went there first, and I picked up a couple things from there. One, not so great. I should have looked it up on my phone first, but I don't know why I didn't. But for $5, I picked up this tea set. This is a, it's from Restoration Hardware, that's why I got it. And it's a tea for 2 set. I'm not going to take this whole thing out of here because the styrofoam makes me insane. But this is just a little stand. Oh. See, this is why I put the phone next to me. This is just a little stand that the teapots sit on. And there's 2 little teapots in here. One has a long spout, one has a shorter spout. One you're supposed to use to refill the other one with. I don't know. But I might be able to squeak 20 out of this, maybe. So not the greatest purchase in the world. There's a few up on eBay, but they don't really look like they're selling, so I'm going to have to find a creative way of titling this so that I can get this to sell. If it doesn't, then I'll probably pop it in next season's consignment sale in the spring, because we are allowed to sell some other things other than just kids stuff. Okay, the other thing that I bought in the treasure area was this Kate Spade salt and pepper set. This is from her Woodland Park series. There's a whole bunch of different sets of these animal salt and pepper shakers. But this is the cat and the dog. Come on. You can do it. That's my cat, not the salt shaker. What? Do you want to go outside? Okay, now he's ignoring me. Anyway, this is the cat. And this is like a little poodle. I paid $5 for these. These are actually made by Lennox, designed by Kate Spade. This should be able to get, I think, like 35 or 40 on those. So that was a good deal. Then found a little tea set. I just thought it was cute. Well, a little teacup set. This is from Retro Treats. And it's got all these cute little cupcakes around the cup. And then it says Molly's Quality Cupcakes on the plate. And then a matching snack plate. So cup saucer snack plate I paid $2 for. Probably put something in the title about, like, you know, little girl tea set or something like that. Yes, I know. You'll have to wait till I'm done and then you can go outside. That's not the answer he wanted. Next up, I bought this set of Cross. It's a pen and pencil set from Cross. And it's the mechanical pencil, ballpoint pen, chrome plated for $2, and probably get about 20 out of that. I got a stamp from Hero Arts. There is no name on it, but I'm going to put like Stained Glass Nativity in the title. It looks brand spanking new, like never been used. Paid $1, probably can get at least 10 out of it. for another $1, I bought this little mug. It was the only mug that I found there. Hello, focus. This is a little Santa mug from Fitz and Floyd. 1995. He was really cute. Might be able to get 10 out of him. Then, oh, for $1 I got this box DVD set. Never heard of this show before. I think this might have been on PBS, not sure. It just says DVD British TV down there. Sharps Set 1 Eagle starring Sean Bean. Never heard of it, but apparently it's pretty popular because these are selling fairly consistently for about $20 a pop if they're brand new and sealed. So I was happy about that. Then the only like needlework related thing that I found there was this big tablecloth. This is from Lee Ward's. It's called the New Rose Pattern tablecloth or napkins. This is the tablecloth, which is 72 by 90. You can see it there. That's the one that's circled. So it's a pretty big one. Brand spanking new in the package. Doesn't come with any floss or anything, so whoever buys this has to buy their own floss and stitch the design, but that shouldn't be a big deal. I'll probably start this at 15 or 20. See how it goes. I think I paid $2. And in the game section, or game and toy section, I found a couple things. I found this metal Charlie Brown sign that says, "If at first you don't succeed," with Lucy pulling the football out from under him. This is from Open Road Brands. I think this might have been sold like Hobby Lobby or something. I can't find another one of these on eBay, so maybe 15 to 20. We'll have to see. And the other item that I found in the toy area was this game called Colossal Arena. It says a game of titanic battles and high stakes from Fantasy Flight Games. It does look to be complete. Just has all these cards. Whoops. Cards and tokens and stuff in it. I looked this up and I should be able to get 20 on that. And one of the last things that I got, this is heavy, is this box of flatware. It's not like the best high quality flatware, but it's in excellent condition. Most of it looks like it's brand spanking new and it hasn't ever been used because there's no scratches or anything on it. Come on, camera, focus. See, I don't have my glasses on, so now I can't even tell if this thing is focusing or not. Anyway, these have a wood veneer inlay on both sides of the handle, and I've never seen a set like this before. There are, let's see, 68 pieces in this set, and all it says on the back is, I think it says Stainless Japan. Yeah. But since it has the wood inlay and since it is brand spanking new, I'm hoping to get, I don't know, at least 40 or 50 out of it maybe. I'll probably put this up at auction just to see what it does. But there's a funny story that went along with this silverware. When I went up to the table to pay for this, there's a bunch of older ladies who volunteer for this sale. And yes, there are. Why are you arguing with me? He really wants to go outside. There are a bunch of older ladies who work the sale. And some are so sweet and so nice and they're in such good mood and they're so helpful. And then there's a few others who, they just do not want to be there. They look miserable, they sound miserable. So I'm standing in line and I have a big bag and a couple things in my hand even. And there were 3 women up at this table. And so the first woman was standing up and she was kind of taking people. Calm down. She was taking people and she looked at my stuff. And she goes, all that yours? I go, yeah. She goes, yeah, well, you're going to have to go to her. She says, I don't even want to deal with that. I'm like, wow, okay. Thanks so much for your help. So I ended up going to another one of the ladies at the table. And her name was Estelle. And so Estelle sees everything I'm buying. And she was one of the happy ones that was really excited. She's like, oh, look at all the stuff you're buying. This is so wonderful. Thank you so much for supporting the church. And so she gets to the silverware. And I said, I don't know what the price is. I said there was a card in it that said how many pieces, or no, that it was a brand new set, but there was no price. And I said, I looked everywhere. There's no price on this box. So they're calling people, and we settle on a price, settled for $10. And she goes, you know, you need to give me your phone number. She goes, because I know there's pieces of this floating around somewhere. And she says, so we're going to call you when we find it, and then you can come over and get it. I said, okay. So I give Estelle my phone number, and I go on my way, and my daughter happened to have a half day that day. So I ended up getting there a little early because I didn't even bother going back home. And I'm sitting in the parking lot, and I get a call from Estelle. She's like, we found the silverware. Come on over and pick it up when you get a chance. Well, they closed at 1, so I picked my daughter up at 12:15 and booked home. And of course, the church is in the complete opposite direction of where I was, way across town. So I went back to the church, and I walk in, and Estelle sees me. She's like, oh, Heather, there you are. And she announces to everyone in there, because there was pretty much no customers at that point. It was just the people from the church. And she goes, look, this is Heather. She goes, she bought a whole bunch of stuff this morning, and she came back for her silverware. She goes, this is such a beautiful set. I'm so glad that you came back. So she gives me the silverware, and I look at her and go, can I take one more lap around, since there's nobody to have to, look over their shoulder with. I said it was really crowded this morning. She's like, oh, sure, go ahead. So as I'm taking a lap around, they're all cleaning up, and they're straightening things out, and they're talking and telling stories. So this one woman says that she was outside, and she felt something in her hair, and she went to pull it out. It happened to be a bee. And she's like, oh, it was horrible. She goes, I thought it was going to sting me. So now, for the next 5 minutes, they're all talking about bees and how bad the bees are still and how dangerous they can be. And as they're talking about the bees, this man walks in the door, this older gentleman, and I'm assuming he was there to pick up his wife. So he's standing up at the front near Estelle. And Estelle is sitting next to one of these miserable women who looks like, the last thing she wants to do is be here. So as they're talking about the bees, this guy pipes up and he goes, yeah, they are bad. He goes, this morning, I was outside, he goes, and I swear there must have been one in my pants. He goes, because I felt a buzzing in my pants. Well, I just lost it, and I'm trying not to laugh out loud. And this guy keeps going on about the buzzing in his pants. So, after another 30 seconds of him talking about the buzzing, Estelle pipes up, and she shouts over to his wife, and I can't remember what she said her name was, but she called her. She goes, I think you need to stop what you're doing right now, and you need to go home with your husband. And she looks at her and she goes, why? What's the matter? And she goes, didn't you hear him? She goes, his pants were buzzing earlier. She goes, we're old. These opportunities don't come along very often. She goes, you better take him home right now and take care of that. And then I really did just lose it and started laughing out loud. Well, the woman next to her, the grumpy woman, she smacks her in the arm. Will you be quiet? She smacks her in the arm. She goes, Estelle, you get your mind out of the gutter right now. She goes, we are in church. But Estelle looked at her like, she didn't care. Oh, that was the highlight of my Friday. Oh my God, it was so funny. And I want to hang out with Estelle because she sounds like my kind of woman. I think her and I would get along very well. We have the same twisted mind. But while I was there listening to the Buzzing Pants story, I also found this little guy. Whoops, and his tail fell off, but that's okay because there's a little pin that I just have to glue it back in. All right, focus. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. This little guy is from Spangler's Realm, and he's called Fish and Chips because he's fishing with a chocolate chip cookie. And these are pretty collectible. I paid $1 for him. I might be able to squeak like 30 or more out of them because there aren't any of the fishing ones up on eBay. So we'll have to see what happens with that after I glue his tail back together. And I think that was it for Friday. Yeah. Alright, so Saturday was not nearly as exciting. No bee stories. But I did go out a little later than usual. I was getting a slow start on Saturday. But I went to one sale, bought a few things for the consignment sale, because that's this week. I just dropped all my stuff off on Monday, worked Monday and Tuesday, and today I get to shop, and people get to buy my stuff, and I hopefully make a lot of money. But while I was there buying some things for the consignment sale, I also found another set of Little House books. These, I didn't even look at these. I think they're an earlier set from 70s? Yeah, 1971. And they're in pretty good shape, so these should sell pretty well. I should be able to get at least 30 out of that. And since I've listed a lot of them before, I just have to pull that listing back up and pop in the new pictures and change a couple words in the description, and it's back up. Then for $4.50 at that same sale, I picked up this doorstop. This is an Uncle Sam cast iron painted doorstop, and I bought it because it's from Midwest to Cannon Falls. Hello. Come on. There we go. And the prices for these are all over the place. Some are 20, some are 65, some are more than that. So I don't know, maybe 30. He's got a little bit of wear up here on the star. But other than that, he's in really good shape. Whoops. See, now the cat's distracting me, moving the camera around. Patience. Alright, I think that was it for that sale. Then I hit one where I found some Christmas ornaments, and I paid $1 each for these. I'd never seen these. These are Hallmark ornaments. These are earlier ones from like the early 80s. They're called In a Nutshell ornaments, and they're little walnuts that are hinged, and you open them up and there's a little scene inside. So I have Nutshell Workshop, Nutshell Dreams. This is In a Nutshell, right? Yeah, this is the oldest one, I think, because of the box design. Nutshell Chat and Nutshell Holiday. They're all in really good shape. Selling them all together, like I said, paid $1 a piece, so $5, and I'm hoping to get at least 25, maybe more, because I have a lot of them. So I'll let you know what happens with those. And then this is a Nambe butterfly bowl that I picked up for $5. Needs a little cleaning up. Not the greatest sellers unless they're brand new. So maybe only 20 to 30, if that. Probably 20. I don't know. But I'll still make a profit on it. Yes, I will. Then I picked up some Tresor, can't remember how to say it. I used to wear this and I can't remember how to pronounce it. Where is it? There. I think you can see it now. This is Eau de Parfum, 1.7 ounce. It's pretty much full. Might make about 15 on that. And then at that same sale, I got this just because it looked interesting. And turned it over, and I know you're not going to be able to see this, I don't think, but it says Hungary on the bottom, and then there's a word that curves around here that I could hardly see. It says Hollahaza, Hollahaza. I'll put the name down below there in the captions. But I paid $5 for this, and I saw another one sell for $35 plus I think it was almost $18 in shipping, which is kind of ridiculous. So I might just slap that up there at $50 with free shipping and see how it goes. And then I went to one that said they had some cross-stitch stuff. Unfortunately, they had no kits, and their charts, the charts they had were kind of eh. But I did find a few things. Found this perfect color chart of this angel. This was 25 cents. This chart with the, what was it, Creatures of Myth, with the dragon, the unicorn, the eagle, or the, maybe that's not a griffin. What is that? It is a griffin. Griffin. Got this for 25 cents. I'd be able to get 5 to 7 out of that. And then this Christmas book. This is Leisure Arts, Santa's Great Book, full of really nice Christmas patterns. I'll probably put Vintage Santa or folk art style in the title. That might help it, but might only get maybe 10 if I'm lucky out of that. And then I bought another cross-stitch magazine, and because it had Halloween stuff in it, and I wanted to try and do some of that myself maybe, because I'd love to get back into cross-stitch. It was very relaxing for me when I used to do it before I had my kids. But I did, in that magazine, find a pattern for this really gorgeous sampler, which is the DMC 250th anniversary sampler. DMC is the company that makes a lot of the floss that you use to stitch these with. So the whole pattern's here. I checked eBay, and these are actually selling. One just sold for $8 or $9. So that was a good find. So I'll keep that, sell that, and I think that was it for the weekend. Oh no, one more thing, sorry. Went to one more sale, and for $1 a piece, and I don't even know if these are going to sell, but I took a chance. I found these solid brass door plates. This one says boudoir. I think I actually have two that say boudoir. And I have gentlemen, ladies, His Majesty, which this one I think is going to sell first, because some sarcastic person's going to buy that. And then another boudoir. So I can't find any others like this on eBay. They were made by Odin. So I don't know, maybe 20 a piece. I might put those up at auction and see what happens with them, since there aren't any comps. But we'll have to wait and see about that. And last but not least, I tried to find, I know I made a video last year, just about a year ago now, about this really good find. Wow, he's not giving up today. Kit Kat, do you want to go outside? Okay, maybe not. This really good find at the end of last season. I had found a lot of cross-stitch stuff. They advertised cross-stitch in their garage sale ad. I went there, and it turned out the lady had, I think, 4 boxes full of stuff. About a quarter of it was probably kits, and the rest were charts. But they were nice charts. They were the higher end charts that you would find in like a specialty needlework store, not just the run-of-the-mill ones that you would find in, like, you know, Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something like that. So she wanted 25 cents a piece for them. So I started initially to pull them out of the box, and I was making a stack. And then I finally just looked at her and I go, you know what, how much for all this? And she says, really, all of it? And I said, yeah, how much for all of it? She said, $50? I said, sold. So I paid $50. I came home with these 4 boxes. I counted everything, and I believe I had 435 kits and charts all together. And this here is what I have. Alright, I think my camera stopped. This is what I had left. There is a bag here. Actually, this one just sold today. This Eyes of the Night chart with the Halloween theme. This little tiny chart sold for $8 this morning. And then I have a bag of charts and kits in here. Mostly charts at this point. Most of the kits already sold. This bag was stuffed to the gills a year ago. I mean, absolutely stuffed. Couldn't fit another thing in it. And I also have this file box down here. The ones on top still have to be put in the system. I still haven't finished. I might have like 50 left to go, but most of them are in my store. And that ended up being a fantastic purchase. And this is why I say to you guys, buy needlework stuff when you can, because it's cheap, it's really easy to ship, it's really easy to list. And as of today, 1 year later, now this is before fees and shipping, but shipping is minimal because everything went first class, and a lot of people bought more than one thing, so I could combine shipping. And fees weren't that bad because things were fairly cheap. But in total so far, I've made over $1,850, and I still have probably a third of it to sell, maybe a little over that. No, not too bad. So if you guys find a lot of needlework kits and stuff like that, and that's something you're interested in selling, do it, because it can be very, very profitable. All right, so I have gone on long enough, you guys. I am going to get to work because the consignment sale is now behind me. My daughter has an air cast on her leg. I don't know if I mentioned that before. No more crutches, no more boot, no more splint. So we have an air cast. And things are finally starting to get back to normal. And I have to work my butt off now between October and November to get stuff up before Black Friday. So thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck with your sales, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.